Hey guys, Dr. 5 here with episode number 1 of our new career mode with Villarreal on the channel. Now, quickly, let's talk about the Roma career mode, because obviously we got, I think, 5 episodes into that, and unfortunately the save corrupted. It wouldn't allow me to search for the menus, and I thought there were a couple of people offering solutions in the comments, so thank you for that, but I think it would just be easier to start a new career mode. We weren't too far into that Roma 1 to where I really needed to do that. We'll come back to Roma maybe at a later date, but for right now we're going to stick with Villarreal and move on. If we were further into the Roma career mode, maybe if we were closer to the end of the season, I would have done that. But because we were only a few games in, a few episodes in, a few games in, we're just going to leave it and we're going to move on to Villarreal, where I don't think I've done a La Liga team on the channel since they've got the new graphics. I don't think I have. So, this will be the first time the channel will see the new graphics. Obviously, we were offered the role at Valencia on the West Brom career mode. We decided to reject that and stay in the Premier League. So, we are finally in the La Liga. And the first piece of business we're going to go for is we're going to try and bring back Gerard Deulofeu to Spain, basically. The former Barcelona player. I think he came through the Barcelona Youth Academy, if I'm not correct. Tell me what academy he came from, because I'm not quite sure, but I do believe it was the Barcelona one. We're also going to go in for Milot Rashica from Werder Bremen. Both offers for Deulofeu and Rashica were way too high for us, so I thought, let's go from attacking to defensive. Let's try and bring in a defender. And we're going to try and go in for the former Villarreal man, Eric Bailly. Obviously, he joined Manchester United a couple of seasons ago. Hasn't had the best of luck there. So maybe if he'll come back, try and revitalise his career. And what I want to do with this career, I want to make the signings as realistic as possible. Now, the reason I think those wages are realistic for Eric Bailly, at Man United, he's not getting the most game time. Obviously, he's injured a lot, so that's probably why. But even when he's fit, he's not getting the most game time. Coming back to Villarreal, obviously, we're not as big as Man United. We can't offer him as much, and he'll get much more game time here. So maybe those factors will entice him to come back to Villarreal. As for Gerard Deulofeu, he is on 78k currently at Watford. As you can see, euros, not pounds, euros. And you see he wanted a wage decrease. Now what I've done here is I've done a wage increase, because he's already a first team player at Watford. He's already playing week in, week out. He's going to do the same here, just at a higher, well, I guess a higher level, because we're actually competing for Europa League. So he'll be a more important player here than he would be at Watford. Well, actually he'd probably be a more important player at Watford, because he'll be their main goal scorer, helping them from relegation. But nonetheless, we do offer him a higher wage. I think that's a realistic thing to do here. As for our formation, you can see we're going for a 3-4-3. Got Mario Gaspar on one side, and the former Liverpool man Alberto Moreno out on the left-hand side as wing-backs. Not full-backs, wing-backs. And I hope that will work well. As for this man right here, Toby Cox, 66 overall, English cam, 77 to 94 potential. He is basically the mini Santi Cazorla. As soon as Santi Cazorla retires, this man right here will take over in the squad. He can learn under Cazorla. Santi can take him under his wing, teach him the do's and don'ts of being a world-class central midfielder. He's got the 5-star weak foot, the 4-star skills very similar to Santi. And, you know, he's just like the perfect Scout Future star, basically. Because he is a pretty much complete replica in size of height, weak foot, skill moves, position as Santi Cazorla. So it's really good to see as we move into the first game of the series, of the episode, of the whole career mode, where we are before discussing our goals and objectives for the season. And the goal for this season is to get into the Europa League, and I think that's doable with the squad we've got, the formation we've got. If we can make it work like that, like Conte did with Chelsea, if we can make it work instantly, then we've got a great chance of getting into the Europa League. But you can see there we have the sliders on this career mode. What we've got sliders with legendary difficulty. Because these sliders with the ultimate difficulty, I really do struggle to score, and I concede way too many. So this With Legendary, it's a bit more evenly. I can score, but I can also concede quite a few. So as we go into the first game here against Granada, 9 minutes into the game, the first chance comes through Funes Mori, who receives the ball from a throw-in. He's going to play it up to our main playmaker in the middle, Santi Cazorla. He finds Dragaros, his centre midfield partner. He's more of the bullish, bulldog, brute defender that will win us the ball back, as Chukwueze is a familiar face from the West Brom career mode. If you want me to sell Chukwueze, because you've already seen him in the West Brom career mode, please leave a replacement in the comments, and we'll think about selling him. That's it, really. If you saw that goal, it was a brilliant piece of work there. Mario Gaspar whips the ball across the face of the goal. Keeper is caught at the near post, and the rotation there between Deulofeu and Moreno, they can inter-roll positions, the whole front three. Chukwueze can play striker and on the left. Deulofeu can play on the left and the right. And then Moreno can play on the left, on the right at striker. So we've got pretty much cover for the whole front three. It's really good to see here. As a lovely little tackle there by Raul Albiol, the veteran defender, forces the ball to Eric Bailly. He can't quite clear it away as it falls to the opposition striker. But luckily for us, his strike is off target and we do keep ourselves the clean sheet. As Gerard Deulofeu, looking to work a bit of his magic here, out wide, dinks the ball across to the back post, but it's punched up in the air. Not the best of clearances by the Granada goalkeeper there. As great press there by Deulofeu, looking to win the ball back. This is what we want to play, that high pressing from the front, not allowing them a single chance, but they have worked the ball out really nicely here as Mandragora plays the ball up to Diaz. Diaz plays it right back into him as Puertes looks to beat the backline, but he, unfortunately for them, instead of running, he actually played it backwards as Mandragora loses the ball to Funes Mori, and Santi Cazorla can look to start a counter-attack as Gerard Moreno looks to thread the ball through to Deulofeu, but it's intercepted again. And now once again Granada are looking on the counter-attack, but again Santi Cazorla intercepts, and we've got a chance here with Gerard Moreno. He plays the ball to Cazorla. Cazorla threads one through to Deulofeu brilliantly, and he whips it across. And who's there but Gerard Moreno, the Gerard connection, making it 2-0, doubling our lead. And if you go back, as Deulofeu whipped in that cross, there was no one there in that area that he was passing to. But Moreno arrived at the perfect time to just slot that one into the back of the net. And they've only been together for a few weeks, but they've already got that connection. He knows where Moreno's going to be. Unfortunately there, Deulofeu tried to cut inside with Ronaldo chop, but he does lose the ball, and Granada are going to clear it upfield as Funes Mori heads it straight to Fernandez, as a brilliant ball over the top there finds Puertas, as Albiol comes across to cover for the man in Funes Mori. Just charged up the field a little bit there, but again, Funes Mori is now covering for Albiol, but Bayo with a great block there, doesn't allow the ball to go on target, and the referee did actually deem that as a pass. So he will be called offside, and we're going to get a free kick from that. Working our way up from the back, Funes Mori, the former Everton man, plays the ball to the former Liverpool man, into the former Arsenal man in Moreno, through to the former Watford man. Got a lot of former Premier League players here. We've also got a lovely little heel-to-heel chip there to get past Diaz, and he's got a chance here to actually shoot for himself here as he cuts inside, strikes it, but it's a great hand, a very strong hand by the keeper there. Forces the ball out, and it will be cleared away by Granada eventually, as a lovely little piece of skill there to get past Zambo Anguissa, the former Fulham man. You know, a lot of well-known players in this squad here. Santi Cazorla loses up the ball to Diaz. Diaz plays it into Fedez, up to Vico. Raul Albiol, though, wins back the ball, and we've got a chance here to work the ball out from the back here. Santi Cazorla, lovely bit of skill and a brilliant ball through to Gerard Deulofeu into the box. Cuts inside, lays it across to Gerard Moreno, and the first time strike into the back of the net. 3-0. That is the hat-trick for Gerard Moreno, 2 assists for Gerard Deulofeu, and a brilliant performance by Santi Cazorla in the midfield, pinging balls left, right and centre. And it's a clean sheet for the defence and the keeper. As we win the game 3-0 against Granada, we kick off the season with a brilliant result here. Goals scored, clean sheets kept. It's exactly what you want for the opening game of the season. As Moreno collects the match ball, and he goes home a happy man, knowing that in the first episode he scored a hat-trick, he won the player of the game. These will be tallied up at the end of the season for our player of the season. Hope you guys have enjoyed episode number 1. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.